As more and more new products come out, like the iPhone 16 here, we're getting more access to be able to take advantage of Wi-Fi 7. This is a new Wi-Fi standard that has recently come out over maybe the last year, but prior to that, we didn't have a lot of devices that could take advantage of it. Now we're starting to get that, and Wi-Fi 7 has become a lot more attractive as a viable option to upgrade your home network. Now the question I have for you, and I would love to get your comments down below, is what Wi-Fi standard do you have right now? Do you have Wi-Fi 5, 6, Wi-Fi 4, maybe even Wi-Fi 6E? Let me know in the comments because I would love to hear what you guys are using right now. Are you up to date with your home network, or are you falling way behind with an older version? If you do have an older version, this chart right here might be able to help you translate what version that you do have with the Wi-Fi associated number to it. Now, the Wi-Fi 7 becoming more of an option that people can use, pricing is actually starting to come down, which is really nice to see. In fact, TP-Link has 3 new devices that they just recently came out with, and I'm actually teaming up with them on this video right here to dive into those and actually test out to see what kind of speeds we're going to be able to get out of their BE63 specifically. Now here is the BE63 that we are taking a look at. This is Wi-Fi 7. It is the 10,000, so we're going to be able to push almost 10 gigs of data transfer speeds through this device right here, which is absolutely amazing. A couple of the other versions that they have out there is that they have got the BE65 Pro, which is really going to be pushing the cutting edge of what you're going to be able to get out of Wi-Fi 7 with just the fastest speeds possible. Now, granted, the price is going to match that cutting edge technology, but if you want something a little bit simpler, maybe take a look at the BE25. That's going to take out a lot of the bells and whistles, but it's going to be a great entry point mesh Wi-Fi system for you to install in really any house. Now you can see here we have got the 3-pack of this device right here. If you are not familiar with mesh Wi-Fi, essentially what you're going to do is you're going to take one of these devices, plug it into the internet coming into your house, then you're going to take the other devices that you have and put those around your house. All of these nodes or satellites right here are going to connect to each other. You can either do it through a wireless backhaul, meaning they're going to connect to each other wirelessly, or you can actually hardwire them together to give you the fastest speeds possible. Those are going to blanket your house in Wi-Fi coverage, so that way you only need the one SSID name that you're going to be connecting all your devices to. And as you roam through the house with maybe a mobile device or your phone, the mesh system is going to allow you to connect to the node that you are the closest to, therefore giving you the fastest speeds possible. Now you may ask, what are the benefits of Wi-Fi 7? Well, Wi-Fi 7 is going to be faster, lower latency, and it's going to allow more devices to connect to it at the same time. But how does it do all this? Let's talk about some of those features right now. The first way is that it introduces the brand new 6 gigahertz band. Now you may be familiar with older systems where you've got the 2.4 gigahertz, the 5 gigahertz. Well, now we have the 6 gigahertz band. And what this does is it allows for a wider lane for more devices to connect to it and transfer more data. Now, the downfall with the 6 gigahertz band is that the range is going to suffer a bit, so you're not going to be able to get as far away, but this is where the mesh system really comes into effect, allowing you to spread more nodes around your house, giving you that fast connection. Another feature allowing faster speeds is the 4K QAM symbolizing, which is going to allow higher transmission rates for higher efficiency. And then lastly, we have got MLO, or multi-link operation. Essentially what this is that it's going to allow your devices that support this feature to connect to all of the bands that your Wi-Fi provides. So with this one right here, with the BE63, this is a tri-band system. So we're getting the 2.4, the 5 gigahertz, and the 6 gigahertz band. And this is going to allow your device, say like my iPhone 16 here that also supports that, to connect to all 3 of those devices, being able to use the max speed that this Wi-Fi system possibly allows to give you your fastest data transfer rates. All right, now that you know a little bit more about Wi-Fi 7 and some of the features that you're going to be getting with it, let's go ahead and take a look at what we're getting in the box for this system right here and test out our speeds and see what we're going to be able to get up to. All right, so right when we open it up, we're going to see what comes in the box right here. We've got our 3 power adapters, an RJ45 cable, and then we've got our quick start guide. And that's actually going to be just in this top section right here. So let's pull that out and set this off to the side, because underneath here are where we're going to see all of our nodes. So here's one of them right here. And the cool thing about this is you don't have one that's specific for connecting to your modem. You're essentially just gonna pick one out of here, and then this is the one that you're going to connect to your internet. If we take a look here on the back, we can see we have got our WPS button for a quick connection, and then we have 4 2.5 gigahertz ports back here. All 4 of these are the 2.5 gigahertz, which I actually love seeing. I'm happy that with this upgrade right here, we're not seeing any 1 gigs, which is going to be kind of older technology. Everything is a 2.5 gig. So as our network builds out over the years, we're going to be able to utilize those. We have also got a USB 3.0 connector back here. This is going to allow you to plug in a thumb drive, an external hard drive, and actually be able to access that from anything that is connected to here. So kind of like a NAS, where it is a network attached storage to here, but without all the bells and whistles that you would get out of, say, another brand. If we take a look at the bottom, we have got venting down here at the bottom. We have got some venting up here at the top. I'm gonna go ahead and peel that off right here. And let's go ahead and get this connected and set up, and then show you some of the features that you're gonna be getting in the app. Actually, before we do the setup, let's go ahead and see what we're getting in the box here. Open that up, let's dump this stuff out. So that's everything in there. We're getting our RJ45 cable, and then we get essentially just a power cable for all of the devices. So not a whole lot of hardware that we're gonna be getting with these devices, but we're getting the essentials, and this is really all we need. Now, for those of you who might be new or just don't know a lot about home networking, I actually created a video a couple months ago going through all of the details for a beginner user. Somebody who needs a full explanation on all the hardware that you need, what it does, how to connect it. So be sure to check out that video. I'll link it down below, or put a link at the end of this video for you guys to check that out if you want to know some more information. But I'm gonna go ahead, we're gonna get this guy plugged in. Now I do have it plugged in to our bottom port right here. It doesn't really matter which one you plug it into. You could plug into any one of these ports to get it connected to your modem or your gateway or whatever you're plugging into for your internet. Now that I have that plugged in, we see we have a light here on the bottom. So we've got a yellow or green light right there. I'm gonna go ahead and load up the app, and we're gonna get this guy connected up. All right, so this is my current network setup right now. I've got the Deco XE75, and that's something else that I wanted to bring up and mention. This is gonna be a nice little upgrade for me going from Wi-Fi 6E to Wi-Fi 7, but I previously had a Deco set up in my house. So TP-Link has their Deco line of Wi-Fi mesh systems, and all of those are compatible with each other. So I can take my old Deco XE75, and I can actually use it with this system right here. So the BE63 is gonna be the main one that I have around my house, but I can take the other satellites from there and use those to expand my mesh even wider. So that is something that is awesome with these Deco units, is that you can kind of mix and match them. So as you are upgrading, you can combine them all together. So maybe you want to start out with just the slowest one. Maybe what I say was the BE25, just to get your feet off the ground, because you can't afford these big super fast ones. But as time goes on, as your budget increases, as prices come down, you can actually invest later down the road into some of the nicer stuff and still utilize your older stuff to expand your network. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead, click on the plus sign right here at the very bottom, create a network. So we're gonna be creating a brand new network right here. We got it plugged in. Do I see the light blue? So we do see our light flashing blue right here. Go ahead and click on there. I'm gonna say allow. Now it's looking for our Deco. Found it right away, so we're gonna click join. All right, it's connecting. That's pretty quick and easy. And boom, just like that. Found our BE63. Let's go ahead and get it set up. Yes, it's already connected to the internet, so that's fine. It's gonna restart the modem. Perfect. This one right here is going to be in my main networking closet. So for that one, we'll just say main bedroom. I won't customize anything. Connect ours to the internet. That all looks fine. Now it wants us to create a name. So here's where you're going to create the name for your Wi-Fi. Now for my name that I created, I use the actual name and model number of my device. I do not recommend you guys doing that. If you do have a hacker, somebody driving by your house, maybe you live in an apartment with a bunch of other people and they can see the exact brand and model that you have, that's going to give them a leg up on potentially hacking your system. So I would say use something custom, nothing that actually gives the brand or model number of what you have. But because I'm setting this up as a test and I have multiple units in my house, I want to know which one I am connecting to for testing reasons. That is why I set mine up that way. All right, so we're going to click on next. It's going to ask us to set up our 6 gigahertz network, so that's fine right there. Using the same password, but then adding a little bit to the end of that name right there. And this is gonna go ahead and configure our Wi-Fi. Once this is set up right here, we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the features that we're getting and then also do that speed test. All right, setup is complete, and I do want to mention and bring up the TP-Link Home Shield. So this is an additional cost if you do want to sign up for it. But with this system right here, it does come with a free 1-year trial that you can use it for. This is going to give us stuff like web protection, intrusion prevention, real-time IoT protection, so for any of your smart home devices right there. And it looks like you're also going to be getting the Norton 360 Deluxe with that one right there for secure VPN client and different things like that. So you can activate your 1 year right here. It's gonna be an additional cost after that is gonna be charged on a yearly basis. I'm gonna go ahead and not activate mine right now. And now we are here in the setup. So let's see here. We've got our Home Shield. Let's go ahead and close that out. I'm not going to do that right now. And up here on the top, I'm going to run a speed test. We're going to see the test that we're going to be getting on what I have right now. So I currently pay for 1,000 meg up and 1,000 meg down. We do have AT&T fiber to the house right here. So let's see the speeds that I can get with this device. All right, so I'm getting 940 down. We're getting 849 up. So, I mean, that's pretty on par with what I typically see from our speed test right here. And then I want to do an actual test with the Deco itself. All right, let's go ahead and test out our network speeds and see what kind of speeds we're gonna be getting on our device. Now, I am connecting to a server in LA, so I am going to be bound by the speed of connecting to a remote server, but we're getting low 600s for our download speeds. So that's super impressive right there. Our upload speeds are even higher. So we're getting 670, 680. So low 600s download speed, high 600s upload speed. So pretty impressive what we are getting as far as our connection speeds over Wi-Fi. So that's something that I typically don't see these kind of speeds right there. I would say typically like in the 200s is really good, 300s is really good. We're getting mid 600s right here for our download speed, low 300s for our upload speed. But Wi-Fi 7 is here and TP-Link has some awesome options for you to look into depending on your budget and how much you need to actually transfer down around your house. If you're just looking to upgrade to Wi-Fi 7 and you don't need all of the bells and whistles, then get the BE25. If you need the best of the best and can afford it, I think it was the BE65 Pro is kind of their top of the line that they offer for the Wi-Fi 7. If you guys want to know more about any of these devices, be sure to check the links in the description. If you need to dive into how to build out your home network, check out this video right here. It'll go in depth explaining everything that you need to know. If this video was helpful, give it a thumbs up. Let me know that you liked it. As always, don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you guys in the next video.